Hello, this video is a request from Paul Egan about comparing the VFR 1200X to the NC750X. Probably never done in the history of the internet, but here we go. Let's have a look at it. So, in front of you is my lovely low mileage 2016, I think it is, 2017, it's 2017, January 2017. VFR 1200X. I bought this bike with 1900 miles on it. I've now done 7,500 miles in about 19-20 months. So let's have a look at the bike. It's a Highlander edition. It comes with all the packaging, all the panniers. I don't use the panniers unless I go away. So it has all the bells and whistles on. I think a couple of extras is the V4 radiator grille. I'm not entirely sure whether the sump guard comes with the Highlander, but it was on the bike when I got it. This bike's got a fender extender. Once again, I don't know if that's part of the Highlander it comes. I've put in a little screen extender to just deflect a little bit of wind that did hit on my head. The paintwork on the bike is the black and white, which is actually, I think this is it's absolutely my favourite, and you probably won't get to see it there, but there's a silver speckle through the white paint, and it really pops in the sun. I've put on a couple of bobbin sliders, put a little logo on the side myself. I can't remember, but I think I put on that hugger, but I can't be 100% sure. Comfort seat, absolutely, I put that on last year, and that is such a magnificent change to the bike. It makes it so comfortable, absolutely so comfortable. It's got a top box, as you can see. This is a recent addition. This is one of these little handlebar stuff, so it'll store all my stuff. Sat nav mount, it's just wired into the USB. That's an extra that I got put on. It's part of the deal when I bought the bike. And there's a big old lamp. Imposing. Really imposing. Spotlights, they're on all the time. Camera mount that I added. DJI, the original DJI will go there. And Metzler 2-Rance tyres, put them on last year. MOT I got an advisory on the last tyres. Not such a big upgrade. In fact, I would say they're very similar to the Pirellis that were on it before. But still very good tyres. I like the 2-Rance. Nice balance. I've got to put the seat on properly. There we go. Oh, and I added a little tank protector at the bottom because I felt the paintwork was starting to get a little bit of rub. Shaft drive on the bottom. Fantastic. Fully adjustable suspension. I think there's rebound and dampening there. And there's definitely each of the changes, certainly dampening. Don't know if rebound's on that. I think it is. When I first got it, it was like a pogo stick, so I changed the damping and brought it down. It was especially noticeable from the 1200F. Yeah, the 1200F. Because that was a really sporty suspension, and it felt really gives you a lot of confidence. That's what it did. Okay, so let's go and have a look at how this runs on the road. I mentioned Peter in the video, when actually I mean Paul Egan. Alright then, let's go and see how we get on. So how does the VFR 1200X Cross Tourer do in small side streets. Nope, there's an aeroplane coming into land. You see it on the left. Well, it feels very agile. It feels very light. The DCT is smooth. And as you've seen, going through that set of little suburb. This is Invergowrie, by the way. It handled it with ease. The suspension feels very plush, very comfortable. And this little village is called Kingoody. Lots of mist about, the roads are wet and greasy, but all the frost is gone. So now we're about to leave Kingoody, and we're about to head on some twisty country roads. So one of the things you need to be careful about with the VFR is that you're very, very quickly over the speed limit. There feels a lovely, it's confidence going into these corners. You don't feel like the bike's going to go away from you. See this corner here? Here's a lovely tight corner, and the bike slings around it. They've rebuilt this bridge several times, but buses come around here and lorries, and they knock the 7 bells out of it. From here you have an absolutely commanding view. The bike's nice and high. I can flat foot this bike with the comfort seat on and the standard seat. And now we're about to go into a 60 mile an hour zone. And in fourth, very gently open the throttle, and that's us there. So there's how we've done suburbs, we've done a country road. How does it get on the dual carriageway? And just for you, Peter, I've come out in this this lovely weather just to let you see that I don't always get the sunshine. Yeah, we are getting a bit of rain now, so, but the bike still feels sure-footed on the move. And there we are, up to 70 in the blink of an eye. We are, the visor's down, and the bike will sit like this all day. The engine's never stressed, and that's a dual carriageway at speed. There's a job for you lads, eh? Alright, we're back into the city boundaries. Now let's go and have a look at the Honda NC750x. Well, here we are on the NC750x, and we're picking up where the VFR started off. We're in the same suburbs, we're doing the same run. It's a couple of days later. The weather's a lot brighter, but it's also pretty cold. There's a real nip in the air. I think it's about 4, maybe 5 degrees, although it was supposed to rise a bit higher. Bit of frost on the ground this morning, but all good for riding. Well, how does the NC do in the suburbs? Well, to be quite honest with you, it does brilliantly. This is one of the easiest bikes there is out there to ride. It is very forgiving. There's enough bulk about it to be a decent sized bike without being the monster that is the VFR. The engine, although only a 750, has tons of torque, and a bit like the VFR, is very forgiving about what gear that you're in. Now what I didn't do with the VFR was I didn't stop. It was too mucky a day, and I do the walk around at home. However, I'm going to stop today in Kingoody. There we are. And I'll show you the bike. There we go, the visor's closed. What I would say about the NC, the cockpit is a noisier place than the VFR. This will do it just nicely. Let's have a look at the NC. It's a 2019 model. I bought it brand new. I'm on my second set of tyres. There are Michelin Courants. I've heard people say things like they transform the bike, not about this tyre but when they do things. I've actually got to tell you, the Dunlops were okay that were on it before, but these things, what a difference, huge difference. As you can see, put the rack on the back, cheap and cheerful, 50 quid, does the job. Lomax bags, I think that was about another 50 quid. I put a hugger on the back and this tail thing keeps the dirt down. A horn, the grille, the radiator grille. I've changed the screen, it's a Givey screen, and I put this Honda logo on it. The eagle eye view will notice that this is a different mount. After I recorded the last video about the mount, I found this thing that I had and I couldn't remember why I didn't use it before, because it's a bit more elegant. Short, it's a clamp, it fits on there, and I remember why, because I think it sticks out too far, and the holes that I've got here are drilled too far down and I don't want to bore any more holes, so I'll be going back to the old one. It was just a test, it doesn't take long. Seat, hard as a brick, very uncomfortable at times. I've got one of these cushions, these pads, that absolutely help. Heated grips, the Oxford ones. Wasn't going to pay for the Honda ones, they were just extortionate. And I think that's just about all the bits and pieces that I've done to the bike. Done 8,500 miles. Love it to bits. Christ, there's another bike. Beautiful. Love this bike. Oh, the front. As you know, this is an absolute beauty. It is marvellous. I wonder why other bikes don't do it. And there's the helmet. An X helmet. Really quiet. Nice and comfortable. The only thing is there's no room for comms unit in there. And that's the only thing that's wrong with it. Okay, let's get back on the bike and let's see how it does on the country roads. And here we are in the country roads. The NC is equally at home in these roads. a very enjoyable ride. Very relaxed, seat position is excellent. It's a pity about the hard seat. I've looked everywhere for a comfort seat. Ah, there we are, a roadblock. Holy Moses. Don't want a car heaving round that corner while I'm sitting here. Roads are a bit shiny, and here we are, here's the corner of doom. And there we go, we're up to the 60 mile an hour speed without any drama. I'll close the visor. So that's country roads. As you can see, a very pleasant ride. So let's go and have a look at how it does on the faster motorway roads. And actually, I think there was a bus sitting here the last time I come down on the VFR a couple of days ago. So the roads are pretty greasy today. I'm not going to get up to 70. You devil. I didn't know about this. And there we are. We're up at the national speed limit. Yep, the guys have finished their signage. Well, good job, fellows. Gillies. When I got back home after filming the NC750 segment, I realised I stuffed up the video settings and it really annoyed me. So what I did was I came back, I reset the camera, made sure the settings are okay. Now you can see the skyline because it was quite a bright afternoon. It was cold, but it was very bright, and you can see the sky. Oh, here we are. We've got a kamikaze squirrel. Yeah, he couldn't make his mind up. Anyway, he survived, which was good. So let's just sum up the NC and the VFR. So I bought the VFR back in it's registered in 2017. I bought it with 1900 miles on it. The 750x is a August 29. I bought that one brand new. The VFR's got a centre stand, NC doesn't. 19 inch and 17 inch on the VFR, 17 on both the 17s on the 750. Shaft drive against chain drive. I've got spotlights on the VFR, no spotlights on the Honda. The VFR's DCT. Manual for the NC. Comfort seat on the VFR. Brilliant comfy seat. Cost me a fortune, mind you. It's one of those French seats. Can't remember what they're called. Anyway, doesn't matter. Standard seat on the NC. I've got a traditional tank on the VFR, and I've got a frunk with the tank under passenger seat for the Honda. The wet weight for the VFR is a stonking 285 kilos, and you feel that getting off a stand. The wet weight for the Honda NC, I believe, is 217 kilos. 50 mile to the gallon or so with the VFR, and about 80 for the NC. I can flat foot both. Pretty easy maintenance access with not too many panels to come off. The VFR has quite a high tipping point and therefore needs a bit of care, whereas the NC is the easiest bike to ride, I would say. Fully adjustable suspension on the VFR, at least far more than the basic on the NC. Self-cancelling indicators on the VFR as opposed to the Honda NC750x, and heated grips on the VFR, the factory fitted ones, where I've got Oxford on the NC. So riding, power and speed, night and day. VFR very fast if you want it to be, and get you into trouble very quickly. NC can still get you into trouble. My sat nav was pinging all the way down on this this little ride that I was on, and it was squawking saying I was over the speed. So you can still do stupid speeds, but it just gets you there quicker. Comfort seat makes a huge difference to the VFR. The VFR feels higher, but I can still flat foot both. I don't know how that works. It's very quiet behind the fairing on the VFR, and the NC is by far noisier and buffing. You could still tour on the NC, absolutely. It just wouldn't be so comfortable. You can tell that the VFR is designed for touring. It is just such a lovely place to be. It's just a real pity about the high tipping point and the weight of the bike, but once you overcome that, then it pays you back in spades, I would say. The NC, I love the NC, loved it since the day I got it, still love it today. I've done, I don't know, I can't remember if I mentioned what it was, but it's about 8.7 on it now as of recording this, and happy days. Alright, there we go. That's my little comparison between the two bikes. Two very different bikes. Love both of them, have great fun on both. As you can see, the camera, I'm getting the sky this time, not overblown. It's an idiot with the camera. The camera works fine, it's just me mucking about with all those sound settings. I'm getting very, I know the good sound settings that I need now, and I'm very happy with the camera. Okay, hopefully you found this of some interest. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.